This is most probably the worst way that I've ever seen a trumpet housing being broken. I do not have the faintest idea how they did this, but nevertheless it's been done and it needs to be fixed. We'll see if we can salvage the trumpet housing from the donor and then put it back in there. I've gone about this bass backwards. Already fitted the trumpet housing and I've checked the brakes. Brakes are all fine. Trumpet housings are fine. They are from the donor vehicle. The one that we had is not fine. So why I'm saying I did this the wrong way around was I want to take off the back end to check for trouble inside and remove as much rubbish and dirt, whatever I find in there. But if we have problems with the crown wheel and pinion, I'll have to redo the trumpet housings because they are basically the carriers for the center portion on the diff. So today we'll be splitting it right there to see what's cooking inside. On the inside it seemed to be fine, so all my worries were for nothing. The crown wheel and pinion seem to be meshing just fine. Haven't got any wear marks here. The diff lock I'm not going to get into. That's on the inside. There's a piston pushing up against a pack of brakes that's inside the carrier, inside the center portion of the diff, right behind the planetary gears. If you look in there, you've got the planetary gears. I won't be stripping that right now. It's really a problem, so that's going to take a bit too much time. If I encounter problems later on, it's also not a difficult thing to take off after the tractor's been assembled. Everything is on the outside, so there's no bodies and panels and stuff that needs to be removed. It's basically the wheel and a trumpet and the rear housing, and you can get in there. What I did notice is that we don't have a screen filter. They've taken out the screen filter previously. The back end is fine. The PTO reduction box and clutch pack. Got the clutch pack here. It's got the PTO brake to stop it from turning after you've disengaged it, and that's also good condition still. All these gears are meshing properly, and there's no need to strip down any further on this side. That's it for the rear end. By the way, many times people will misconceive the preloads on the bearings as being fine because of the weight of the center portion and the crown wheel and everything that goes with it. So good practice is to, when you want to check for play on your carrier bearings, is to wedge something in there. Oh, I've just got a hammer here. I've done it properly with a crowbar. Get a crowbar in there nice and snug and wedge it as much as you can to check for play. There shouldn't be any. Small tolerances are allowed on older tractors like these. If it's not broken and it hasn't got problems with meshing, leave it as it is. Don't fix it if it's not broken. It's too much of an effort to work out all the equations regarding the preload with a new set of bearings, and also the shims and so on. It's a hell of a job. It'll take you at least a day to get that done properly. So if it's working, leave it in there. Just check for play properly by wedging this. As I said, the weight might make you misconceive it as a tight fit. There we go. The forward end's done. The transmission is in immaculate condition given the circumstances. This tractor is a couple of years old. Only problems we could find, or that I could find, this is the front portion of the transmission. That is the main transmission hydraulic pump. Only worth mentioning troubles that we could find is this bush on the inside. which goes onto the first planetary set. I've already ordered a new one. We'll just get the new one in there. And that was the only problem that I could find. The valve bank for the automatic transmission is completely in order. I've gone ahead and ordered this seal as well. We'll replace that. I've also, show you this side. There's my magic box, trusted friend. Also replaced all the small seals that seal towards the outside of the gearbox. It wasn't a problem, but while we're in there, let's have them done. These valves actually don't have seals in them, they've got O-rings, so there's a small circlip that you need to remove on the inside, back there. That's the valve bank, or the valve seat for the main valve bank on this automatic transmission. So yeah, we've taken out this, replaced the small O-rings in there, as well as the main bank. These are all manual override valves. So what that boils down to is when you need to test the transmission, there's a certain set of tests that you need to do. The service advisor will then inform you to depress valve number 2 with the tractor in full revs and in gear 4, and you should get this and this pressure from this and this pressure takeoff, or whatever the case is. There's a whole lot of technical BS regarding that. But yeah, we've also replaced all the O-rings in there. These are actually, they work a bit different. They've got a retainer plate that just pulls out. I'm not going to get into that right now. And the whole valve, I don't know if you can see in there, they just run through. The whole valve is held on by this little retainer plate right there. You then replace the O-ring in there and you're good to go. Very important here is to have this cleaned down properly. Good. Well, that's it for today. Waiting for one gasket set on this valve bank. That was actually a fly-in, so that's a 10-day process. As soon as that's arrived, we'll be able to finish the transmission.